All right, folks, I'm gonna embark on a little solo journey up the trail here. It was the heat of the day, but then some clouds rolled in with a little bit of wind. Now it's not as bad, so that's why I decided to go. Actually, the trailhead's right here in front of me. I'm not paying attention. I'm running out of storage space on the iPhone 12 mini. I shot so much footage, 4K. When you're shooting 4K, man, you're always dealing with storage issues. You know, it almost just wants to make you drop it back down to 1080p and shoot all your videos in 1080 because you never have a problem, and neither does YouTube. So I started out with 1080/60 and it started dropping itself. I don't know, it's because it's getting down to low storage. So what I did, I cut it down to 1080p, 30 frames per second, which will be a smaller file size, easier on the camera. But there you go. You know, this heat, shooting 4K, shooting 60 frames, man, you'll just have those problems. But here we go. We're at the trailhead, and here's the rope that Willie has put up for us. And so you can use this rope to assist yourself up the pretty much like stairs going up here. Now I'm drinking a nice cold beer, so I'm just going to try to keep walking. And you know what? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just kill this beer and then continue on, because that's probably the smart thing to do. Nothing like chugging a few beers before you go mountain climbing. No, it's not. You shouldn't be chugging beers when you're mountain climbing. It's one of those times that you should do as I say, not do as I do. But hey, it's your life. You know, when I camp, fish, I like to drink beer. When I climb mountains, I like to drink beer. That's just me. Now, I don't have any beer in the backpack, but I do have 4 Gatorades. I got a radio, so I got comms with Tempura, which is Fatima's call sign. And once I make some altitude here, I think Eric's actually going to launch a drone, maybe to get some drone footage of me. So we're going to see how it works out. But I need to finish this beer so I can get my skinners on that rope right there. Cold beer. It's a cheap beer, but it's cold beer. Man, look at these pine trees. My goodness. Folks, if you're not a subscriber on my channel, you know what to do. Bottom right hand corner of your screen, hit that Overstate Road sign and ring that bell. Yo, Adrian, it's me, Rocky. And you'll get notified when I post new content, because I don't have a production schedule. I don't wear a watch. The only watch I've had, and I'm gonna leave that beer right here, because I'm gonna pick it up on the way back. It's just like a sentimental, traditional thing. I have to pick up that on the way back, so I have to make it back. All right, here we go. Oh shit, hey, I wasn't no way in hell I was gonna hold a beer and get up this incline right here. Now, earlier, those gentlemen came through with a carabao. It was a young female carabao, and they were taking it to Subic town to be bred, because they don't have any males here in the village, in this little beach community. You know, Willie said it's about 5 clicks. 5 clicks from here to Subic town. And what he told me is once you get past this little rope portion, it's just like a walking trail. I don't know what his definition of walking trail is. That's what I'm about to find out. But according to him, this is the roughest part of the climb. And what's interesting, and I can't remember because I was drinking this morning, but maybe I go back and review the video. I can't remember what route they took to get that carabao up here to the good walking surfaces. I can't remember. I don't know if carabaos are good climbers or not. They're not mountain goats. All right, now just take a look at this. I got terra firma. Well, no, not really. Sort of loose rock. Oh shit, sort of loose. All right, I'll come up here. No, I'll just stick with this rope. You know why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, just slowly I'm gonna pan back and show you already the altitude change just in a few steps. So you really do need this rope, the average person, to get up this thing. Oh, damn rock, still rolling. Still going to the ground. So shout out to Willie, my buddy Willie, the big boss over here on the beach. Good tour guide. And I gave him a nickname. You know I like to nickname folks. And the reason I do that, I brand things, because it helps me remember. I'm terrible with names unless I give something a name that I can remember. All right, shit. This sumbitch right here is like Point du Hoc. That door's a whore. Oh, fuck. Anyhow, I think about giving him the name of Pineapple Willie. You know why? Some of y'all know. Some of y'all are like, what the fuck you come up with that? Folks, Pineapple Willie's, Panama City Beach, Florida. Great food, man, excellent like dry pork ribs, at least they did back in the day 20 years ago. Great pork ribs, and they serve you up these fruity drinks in a big old Pineapple Willie's souvenir cup. I tried to go to Pineapple Willie's a year ago when I was in the States. It was too crowded, too many people waiting. I could not get into my favorite spot in America, one of my favorite spots, because it was too crowded. All right, take a look back down, because at this point, if this rope breaks, I'm gonna hold on to the camera just to get the footage, because it's gonna be painful. But right now, I'm a cowboy looking at 8. I'm looking for 8 when they pull that gate. And I hope that judge ain't blind. Amarillo by morning. Amarillo's on my mind. They took my saddle in Houston. Broke my leg in Santa Fe. Shit, that itched my nose. Lost my wife and some girlfriends somewhere along the way. And I'll be looking for 8 when they pull that gate. And I hope the judge ain't blind. Amarillo by morning. Amarillo's on my mind. All right, let's get back to business here. You know that little mountain climber? What's his name? Yukon Sam or whatever it is. Yukon somebody. He was on the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie or something. You know that dude? Climbing the mountains, had an ice pick. Oh, fuck. Okay. Damn, Willie. You tied that rope to the smallest tree up here, man. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have been putting my fate in your rope. Why you didn't tie it to that big ass tree over there? That one up there. This young sapling. The fate, the future, the destiny of my kingdom rested all. Rested all on that damn tree right there. All right, so we're up here now. Here's a look around. So it's a pretty nasty little fall if you were to take a tumble right now. If you're lucky, you'd stop at that rock or those trees. If not, you're going all the way to the ground. And you can see the Kashira over there through the trees. All right. Man, Willie. That's too damn funny. Who chose that tree? All right, here we go. Now, should be on the trail. But actually, you know, I didn't get any other directions about which way the trail goes. So I'm gonna have to rely on my tracking skills here. But also, I may not be wanting to go the direction they went. Man, I should have wore some long pants. I brought some jeans. I'm gonna tear up my legs because I'm just rocking these shorts. All you ladies don't get too hot and bothered looking at my sexy legs now. I think my route of attack is gonna be to the right of this, to the left, and maybe to the right. Because this does not appear to be the trail. Alright, maybe I should have got some clarity. Some Willie. Oh shit. Oh loud. Damn, them damn rocks right there. Now folks, check this out. This is what's funny, you know. We gringos, we Americans, you know, when we embark on these adventures, we're carrying everything from a backpack, rations, how to start a fire, fucking radio, GPS, cell phone, emergency locator beacon. And this morning, a couple cool guys wearing sandals drove a damn carabao up through here. But I just can't figure. All right, let's just move out. Let's just move out. Shout out to you, Eric, man. You made a good call, folks. He said this was like regular walking, but I don't believe this is regular walking. I think this is a little more climbing. Okay. Maybe I can see more from up here. Oh, loud. I don't need an avalanche. Tempura, tempura, tempura. Radio check, over. Okay, baby, just making sure you can hear me. All right, folks, just stop and take a gander here. Now that's the lake that we took a walk around, you know, well, the backwater, what have you. Our campsite, it's like right over here. Look at that beautiful view. Wow, you can see everything from up here. Just absolutely gorgeous. All right, so my video cut, this thing is hot. Love the iPhone 12 mini, but here in the Philippines where I'm at, in this sunlight, it gets hot and it wants to shut off the video.
Station Orpheus.
Yeah, I'm on the ridge line. I'm on the first ridge line, about you can't see me from your location. I'm blocked. Let me get some elevation. You might be able to see me. Oh yeah, easy walking through here. Man, that view is just so beautiful. Now folks, you know, walking around here in the Philippines, when I get up in the mountains and the hills, and I get off the beaten path, I always start reflecting back to World War II. You know, I mean, I'm sitting here walking and just enjoying the view. I'm coming through this little elephant grass shit here. These are one of those prickly trees, so I'm gonna go around and wear shorts. But like, you sit here and you think about everybody that was here fighting in World War II in this environment. And folks, it's hot as hell. It ain't no lie. I mean, I'm not complaining because I love the hot weather, but I'm just describing to you, you know, we've had some cool days, but today is not a cool day. It's a hot day today. It's so damn hot that my iPhone 12 mini don't want to film right. It keeps cutting off. And you can see this this cut up through here. And we're stepping on nothing but rocks. But anyhow, back to what I was talking about. I just always reflect back, thinking about the soldiers, Marines, airmen, any service member on any side of the conflict that was fighting over here. Just the terrain and the weather that they were dealing with, plus, oh, by the way, they're fighting a war, getting fucking shot at. I just think about that when I'm walking, especially when I'm alone. What it felt like for them folks. There's Grande Island over there, which housed Fort Went. Now, never actually been on Grande Island. I'm gonna go, but the reason that we've been hesitant because it's so expensive to go over there now. It's like 3,500 pesos for a fucking day tour. You have to take their boat. You can't just show up over there on your boat. You have to go over to their ferry terminal, way down from Texas Joe, and take their boat over there. And take their boat over there. So that's why nobody's going to Grande Island anymore. A lot of you guys have asked me about it. Too damn expensive. Who the hell is going to pay them fools 3,500 pesos just to go walk around and look at a few historical? The average person ain't going to do that. They're just not going to do it. Okay, now we got a trail to the left and to the right. The trail to the left is going down in elevation. The trail to the right is going up in elevation. I'm gonna go up because I'm looking for a view. Folks, just did a restart on the iPhone 12 mini. It just keeps cutting off and cutting off. So I did a restart just to see maybe if that'll help. If not, it's just too damn hot out here and I've worked the camera too much. But when it comes to camera gear, a camera, the main thing is that it works, and it works when you want it to. It's reliability. It don't matter how many frames that sumbitch will do. It don't matter what the resolution is, 4K, 1080. It don't matter what lens you got on that camera. If that camera will not go to work when you hit that fucking button, it's useless. Now, this thing is, I think at this point, I say it's a 90% solution. Oh shit, got a helicopter up there. Get over here, take cover. Headed out over the South China Sea. Okay. Anyhow, you got a camera. When you hit that record button, it has to go to work. And it has to stay working in any condition. So this thing is a 90% solution for me. It works great. When you get into the heat and start working it, it's got some issues. So I would almost recommend that if you're gonna go with an iPhone, I think at this point, go with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Go with the Big Daddy. It's got 2 more megs of RAM, which should make it easier to process things. Yeah, it's twice the money. All right. What we got here? Come over to the ledge. Look at this. To boldly go where no canoe has gone before. Tempura, tempura, tempura. This is Orphan 6 over. Got anti-aircraft kites up over there. Over our camp.
I'm on that rock.
Yeah, I'm your 12 o'clock high.
See you.
Are you launching Lucky?
Any higher? Is that where you're staying? That's where you're stopping.
Oh no, I'm going up in altitude, but I was going to give you a reference where I'm at.
I'll go once you get up to the ridge line to the top.
Okay, sounds good. Give me about 5 more minutes.
That.
All right, too cool, folks. He's flying the kite. The Eagle has taken flight. It's our anti-aircraft, World War II style anti-aircraft battery. Instead of a blimp, flying the Eagle. All right, now this is easy walking up through here. See, when Pineapple Willie said it was easy walking, this is kind of what I've envisioned. So if you make it up to this point, it's no problem. But getting up to this point, just a little bit of walking, a little bit of climbing. But this is nice walking here. I'm actually headed in the direction of Hanjin. Hanjin is right over here. So we'll get a good vantage point and a good view on Hanjin Shipyard. Okay. Man, I'm gonna pay for this later by not wearing my long pants. I have a million damn paper cuts from these grass. That shit happens. Okay, now I will say this that since I did the restart on the iPhone, it seems to be doing much better now. It's not cutting off. Hopefully that corrected the problem. Beautiful, folks. I wish each and every one of you could join me on my little hikes like this. My exploration. Out here looking for Yamashita's gold. Right. Oh yeah, it's easy walking now. Okay, just to give you another look around. Coming up on Hanjin. Right down there's a guard shack. That's where Pineapple Willie said the teachers get dropped off. They walk through Hanjin, come over here to the guard shack, and they let them through the trail. That little trail just runs along the beach. And they come over there to the school, teach school for 2 or 3 days, sleep in their classroom. And then they head back home to their families in Subic for a few days and then repeat. So pretty cool. All right. Look at that beautiful grassy hill right there. It's like Scotland. All right, let's keep rolling. Oh yeah, much better on the iPhone 12 mini. That restart cleared it out. I thought it was a heat problem, but it just needed to be restarted. I've been working it too much. I actually wanted to climb in altitude. See, I'm like headed inbound in the direction of Subic. I'm headed east. I actually wanted to head west up that other ridge, but I would have had to take that other trail, go down an elevation, then come back up. So this is not what I planned, but it's still an adventure. It's the way things work. Just pick a path, left or right, motherfucker. Pick your path, left or right, and fucking roll with it and see where it takes you. But if you stand there at the crossroads, if I'd have stood back there and didn't take any action, I'd run out of time and daylight and just have to admit failure and go home. fucking left or right. Pick a path and roll with it. All right, now somewhere over here, Hanjin's got a little outpost. I don't want to sneak up on them bad boys. I don't know if they're armed or not, but I don't want to be sneaking up on nobody. Like sneaking up on a grizzly bear. If you sneak up on an outpost that they're armed, you don't want to do that. Tempura, tempura, tempura. Might be out of radio range.
Hurrah!
Okay, I've traveled east in the vicinity of Hanjin. In the vicinity of Hanjin, close to, well, not too far from that first red, the crane beams over there. So I'm headed towards Hanjin.
I don't see you up here on top of this ridge line then.
Yeah, it took a wrong turn. Took a wrong turn.
Well, if you're coming back this way, or if you want me to send Lucky up, let me know.
Hey, your discretion there, Captain, on launching that aircraft.
I'm ready to launch. I was just thinking I would see you as a point to fly to. So I can't see where you're at now.
I'm only maybe 200 meters from that first crane over at Hanjin.
Shoot down the beach, and I'll see if I can send them over. Find you.
Yeah, I'm about 100 meters in from the beach, but I'm trying to gain elevation. But if you fly them in the direction of Hanjin and come about 100 meters in from the beach, you're gonna fly right over my head. All right, so apparently I've gotten off any type of trail here. So which way I'm going is towards Hanjin, but I'm gonna come across this little cut and we're gonna make our way down to the beach and try not to surprise anybody over here working security. That's not my objective. Let's see if I can get down to the beach. I can come back around next to the water and just get a, get a different view. Let's see here. Is that the line I want to take? All right. They're breaking brush a little bit. Not too bad. This ain't like the backwoods of North Carolina. Going through swamps with fucking bears everywhere. If you didn't catch the earlier video, I was talking about wildlife. People ask me about wildlife in the Philippines, the dangers of wildlife and all that good stuff. Just take a look up this hill. Now see, I could go straight up this and get up to that ridge. And you know what? Holy shit. Actually, I think I'm looking at the backside of where I want it to go. Or that's either similar looking pine trees, but I think maybe that is where I had originally intended to go. Okay, anyhow, back to wildlife. Folks, this ain't North Carolina. Carolina, up there at Camp Lejeune, got nothing but ticks and bugs, damn black bears in the trees. Yeah, believe it or not, bears climb trees. One time we were in the woods, and some of y'all watching my video, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Snake, damn snake. We're going through the woods like this, breaking brush. And what happened was, looked up in the trees. There were two baby cubs up in the trees, but you couldn't see the mother. What's that tell you? It tells you to get the hell out of Dodge. Okay. Another more easy walking here. Okay, so wildlife. No bears over here. If they are, I ain't never seen one. You got bears in Southeast Asia, but you know why? They keep them fucking boxed up in cages and they extract the bear bile because Chinese people think it'll make the dick hard. So no bears, no threat of bears. Wild boar, never seen not one wild boar over here. Only in Thailand have I seen wild hogs. Great movie too, by the way. God, I love that movie. In the tropics, okay, yeah, you do got snakes, lizards, monkeys, all that good stuff. Okay, now listen, if we were over there, that side of the bay, over on the old Navy base, folks, there's a shit ton of monkeys over there. Troops of monkeys. I'm talking troops. Grande Island. There's troops of monkeys over there. But, the biggest snake I've ever seen in this country was over there at that rescue, basically a petting zoo. It's not a petting zoo, but it's a rescue. Somehow or another, somebody found a snake, brought the snake over there, big old python. But basically,
you got lucky up ahead, overhead. If you look up towards the water, you might see it.
All right, let me get down here to a clearing. Still headed towards Hanjin. Yeah, so the biggest snake I saw was over there at that rescue center. Man. Oh shit, that's a slice on the old calves. My God. Why didn't I put them jeans on? Ah, hell, life is short. I want to die. Can't take these legs with me. All right, now I'm approaching Hanjin. Like I said, the only thing I'm cognizant of, I don't want to sneak up on that sleeping security guard in that little outpost out here. Probably sleeping. He's not used to a damn foreign dude carrying a camera, sneaking up on him. All right, so I'm gonna go down an elevation. Well, first I'll give you a view of Hanjin. Get back on my mission here. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful view. Anyhow, don't worry about wildlife. I guess that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's Hanjin Shipyard, now defunct. It was a Korean shipyard, employed, I don't know how many thousands. Was it, somebody told me 30,000 Filipinos were employed here, total employees, lost their jobs when it went under. My theory is that this will be the beginning of the new Subic Bay Naval Base. All this land that I've been walking on all the way to Pundocket Beach will be leased by the U.S. Navy from the Philippines. It'll be the new Navy base. Okay, Where I came from, shoot, I don't even know if we can see it, but I got to try to get down to the beach area. If not, I'm gonna have to hump back that whole way, and humping back in the same damn direction is boring. You know what I mean? I like to come in one way and go out the other if I can, but I don't know if I can get down to the water right there. Okay, around that horn, that's where we're at. All right, let's just keep going down in elevation. Beautiful birds chirping. Yeah, so when you're walking down trails like this, you're not hollering out, hey bear, hey bear. No, no fucking bears. The word of being a barbecue about 10 minutes later. Oh shit, look at this rock. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? Just that open face rock. Beautiful. I'm up on the cliff, still headed towards Hanjin by some exposed rock, black exposed rock.
November 15 Echo, I'm going to hand you off to Miami departure. Once I accept the handoff, tell them your request. Roger, this is 15 Echo. November 15 Echo, cruisers requested, contact Miami departure on 128.6 and let them know what you're doing. Alright, 3015 Echo, we got an engine failure. We've gonna aim for on the shore, another shore. November 15 Echo, Roger, do you need assistance? Okay, my report, 3015 Echo.
344, right?
344 for the ladder outside, one of the ones you're right for one. November 15 Echo, stay intentions. 15 Echo, we are low altitude.
I had lucky over that way, and I started losing signal, and wind speed was getting a little strong. I'm gonna go back there again and see if I can see you.
Copy. Damn. I'm way on up here. I didn't see or hear Lucky, but there's no telling where he's at. I may be out of range. The Mavic Mini 1 is what we have. We have the Mavic Mini, but they come out with the Mavic Mini 2, which has a increased range. So if it were me, if you're looking for a drone, I do recommend the Mavic Minis. Now, if you're broke or on a budget, however you want to say it, just go with the 1. It's a great aircraft. That's what we fly. But if you have a little bit extra change, go with the Mavic Mini 2. All right, so I'm gonna have to turn around. This is their perimeter fence right here. Beautiful fucking rock right here. Yeah, that's their perimeter fence. I'm not in the mood to answer any questions. You know, what are you doing over here? Why do you have a camera? I don't want to answer no questions. Not that they would, but who knows? I'm not in the mood to make friends today.
Yeah, I'm following this big trail heading over to Hanjin here, and I'm at the end of it. I'm not sure how much further you are from there.
See if we can see the drone. You guys help me look for it. Problem with the Mac Mini, it's so small. It's so small and the same color as the sky. Once you launch it, you can't see the damn thing. But again, if you're researching drones, check it out because it's 249 grams. It's underneath the required, like a lot of places, if it's 250 grams or over, you have to register your drone. If it's under 250 grams, they just basically consider it a toy. You don't have to register it. So these drones are 249 grams, which circumvents all the regulatory, the registration processes. Now, you still have to abide by all the laws and regulations of flying drones. That's an obvious. And, basic safety practices and stay out of certain areas. All the laws still apply to you. So I'm not saying that you can circumvent the law. All I'm saying is that you're not required to register that drone For example, when we went to Thailand, we were in Thailand and we were checking out drones. It's like 300 bucks a year to register your drone. So that's a lot of money. So if you buy anything over pretty much any drone the DJI makes other than the Mini, if you're in Thailand, okay, pay up and register. You get caught flying it, you're not registered, you got problems with the Popo. How do you solve the problem? The damn Mavic Mini. And it's the same way in a lot of countries. I guess the US as well, from what I understand. So there you go. Oh wow, I feel like Tom Cruise up here. Not Tom Cruise. Fuck that nutcase. I'm talking about Tom Hanks on that movie Castaway, looking around his island. And here's even the tree where he tied that rope to. Tried to end it all. I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. And there's a trail right down there. So if I figure out how to get down to the beach here in relative safety, I would hump back across the beach. You know how I've judged like distance like that in a long time is after you go off those jump towers down at Benning at 250 feet, well, you can pretty much judge 250 feet. So all I did was like kind of look, I'm like, what a jump tower is there? It's a little bit taller. You know, for me, it's easier to estimate distance, but when you get up and estimate heights, you know, it's a little bit more difficult. So I just like, hey, how many jump towers am I? About 1.5. I mean, you guys again help me look for it, but unless you're zoomed in on a big 65-inch plasma, your odds of finding that drone flying by are about as good as mine. All right, folks, let's load them up, move them out. I got negative contact with his drone. And I believe I'm out of range. I'm out of range. Again, that's the difference between the Mini 1 and the new one. If he had that Mavic Mini 2, range wouldn't be an issue. My goodness. Just beautiful terrain over here. No trash around, you know why? Because no human comes where I'm walking right now. You know, you sit here and wonder, when was the last time a human walked over here? It's probably been a while. I mean, they go that other trail, but ain't too many folks walked over here where I'm at. Let me tell you this. I don't recommend that you go hiking alone. I do not recommend that. It's not safe to go hiking alone, especially in terrain that you know nothing about. It's just not good practice. Everybody in my crew over there, you know, weren't interested in going. I got it. It's a hot fucking day. They're chilling over there, and I didn't want to push anybody to go. But I wanted to go today because, you know, it's been raining so much. So with my luck, if I don't go today when the getting's good, it goes back to fucking raining, and I can't go on a little mountain hike.
Low battery warning now, fighting that wind.
Yeah, roger that. I'm starting to make my way back in that direction. Yeah, so anyhow, if it goes back to raining, I can't do this hike. So I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going by myself. I got 4 Gatorades in the pack. Got a little emergency kit. I got a radio, I got a cell phone, I got a power bank. And I got a whole crew of people over there who know where I'm going. And I'm keeping in contact. They know the general vicinity of where I'm at. Now, he didn't find me on that first drone run, but between the two of us, he's got 5 more batteries with that drone to find me. And I'm confident that within 5 batteries, he'd find my ass if I got laid out right now. If fucking lightning struck me down, or a Filipino grizzly bear fucking maul my ass, I'm confident that my buddy, and he's a great drone pilot, he knows how to fly the damn thing. He's got a lot more air time than I do with mine. Within 5 batteries, his ass would pinpoint a 10-digit grid on my ass over here laid out, fighting a grizzly bear, and somebody be able to come up here and assist me. So yeah, could I have taken some more precautions? I recommend that you take a little bit more than I just took. Yeah, but the best thing is to make sure you hike with a partner. It's better if you got 3 people. It's better if you got 4. One person gets hurt, one person can stay with the injured, 2 people can hike it out of there, right? Go get help. Okay, I'm sitting here talking to this camera, and I think I've gotten off the path that I took to get over here because I'm running into some briars. Dumbass. And folks, I'm a pretty good tracker too, but when you ain't paying attention, you ain't paying attention. Don't matter how good of a tracker you are. All right, so anyhow, that's your safety tip. Make sure you go hiking with a partner. Don't hike alone. And have some type of fucking plan in place. Well, if your ass does get hurt, you know, if I were to fall down this ravine right here, people would know the general vicinity that I'm in when I didn't come back in a reasonable amount of time. Look at there. Back on trail. Because I got a sense of direction like a cat, memory like an elephant, the prowess of a fucking mountain lion, and I'm a pirate looking at 50. You know what? I used to always think I'd die young. Just never thought I'd make it out of my 30s, well, my 20s. Made it to 30s, I was like, God damn. What happened? I made it past my 20s. I'm still alive. Kind of said the same thing. I mean, same thing, 30s and 40s. Here I am at the end of my 40s, a pirate looking at 50. I'm in fucking great shape. I got a few more pounds around my midsection because of this Halloween project we've been under for the past couple years. I can deal with that, but I'm still moving forward. Still motherfucking moving forward. Upright. Got a can-do attitude. I think I'm gonna live to be 100 and something. At first I thought I'd die young, and now I'm like, nah, my new projects, I want to live to be 110 years old. I want to get every dime of Social Security money back, plus some that they took from me. The way you do that is fucking live to be older and they think you're gonna die. But guess what, motherfuckers? You think my ass is going out when I'm 62, 63? Hell no, I'm gonna get all my money back. I'm gonna do so because I'm gonna live to be 110. You know what I mean? Like that movie, Shawshank Redemption, right? Shawshank Redemption. Get busy living and get busy dying. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm too busy fucking living to even think about dying anymore. I know it's gonna happen. I've accepted it. Let's go. Whenever it comes my way, I'm gonna kick the Grim Reaper in the nuts and fucking take off running. And he's gonna have to look for me for another 3 fucking years before he catches up with me. Man, what a beautiful little hike. Okay, here we go. Now I'm coming up to the point where I've got a good visual on the campsite. Now I think at this point, obviously, this is too easy. He'll be able to find me up here. I was just hidden in vegetation. He wasn't at a high enough elevation over there at altitude to see me. Tempura, tempura, tempura. I put Big Poppy back on the radio, baby. All right, folks, you see the blue tarp? That's our field kitchen. Just to the left is our tent right there.
Used all my batteries. Let me check and see. Back where you were, then I might have enough juice to get a shot from there, because that's not too far.
Roger that. I mean, if you're low bat, don't crash it.
About 15%. That's the short distance where you're at. So give me a sec.
All right. Copy. All right, so you got 15%. He gonna send it up. I got 3 batteries over my hooch, so. But hey, 15% for a quick photo. Maybe I dance a little dance up here. All right, folks, so he's about to launch. So if you see the blue tarp.
Give me a couple seconds, gotta sink it.
Roger that. All right, folks, if you see the blue tarp down there, I should have brought the big camera so I could zoom in. If you see that blue tarp, he's launching from right next to that blue tarp. We might be able to see it on the way up because it's against the blue water. But when you launch that gray colored drone that's colored the same as clouds, it's hard to track that thing in the sky. I mean, it's easy at night because it's got a light on it, but during the day you can't see that joker. Air, oh, there it is. Okay, boom, just launched. Coming up straight up over the water there. In the deep part, got a visual on him. He's coming up maybe 100 feet. He's still lower than elevation. All right, man, got visual on him. You're about half our altitude. And you take your eyes off that thing for 1 second, you lose it. But I can actually see it pretty well. I don't know if you're gonna see it on the video, but blue water in the background and that thing is cloud cover, easy to see. But once he gets up in the sky, now it's a little more difficult. You see what I mean? Now he's above the horizon. Okay, buddy. All right, you're a little bit higher than I am, so just bring her on straight ahead. 12 o'clock, full steam. Hell yeah, folks. Lucky. Look how fast that thing is. I'm on top of the world, Lucky. So again, if you're looking for a drone, Mavic Mini, they're not paying me to say that. I mean, yeah, if I put the links down in the description, they are affiliate links. So if you click that link and go to DJI's website and buy a drone, we take a commission. They give it to us in the form of credits, you know. And for the longest time, I used the DJI Osmo Pocket. Basically, it's my primary camera. You know, probably shot 100 videos at least on it. Great piece of gear. Eric uses the DJI Osmo Action. Said it's never let him down. And our drones have never let us down. I did a boneheaded move when we went on that little day trip to Lake Mappinwepi. I forgot to log in. And so what it does, it just gives you like a sandbox to play in, like 100 meters this way, you know, 50 meters altitude. It's not the drone's fault by no means. It's a safety feature. All right, so I'll just start heading back. Whew, time for a cold beer. I didn't drink not one of these Gatorades.
Hey, dude, they got a cat going in a boat for provisions if we're staying an extra day. I guess they're trying to take off and wanted to know if we need anything.
Well, for staying an extra day, I'd say, yeah, we need some more ice. But if we're going to pull out in the morning, I don't think we need anything, do we?
If we're pulling out in the morning, no. But if we're staying an extra day, we probably could use, like, you know, a few things.
All right, so I'm back here. This was the crossroads. This was the crossroads where I had to make a choice. Either go right or left. Either go up in elevation or go down in elevation. So at this point, I would make the assumption that this downward slope in elevation here is the route to Subic, because obviously that's not the route. But I wanted to get up and get a good vantage point. And what I realized is my goal of going up to that ridge line was too grand. Not 2,000, but like it was too much for like a little one-man quick hiking trip. I wasn't gonna make it that far. That was a day trip. But you know, you shoot your sights, set your sights on something, and if it's out of reach, you got to adjust. You got to adjust fire. So if I wanted to go to that would be, hey, wake up at 6 in the morning, make sure I got a backpack full of water, and let's go, and be back before dark. But that's not what I was prepared to do. So we went the route that we went, folks. Got some great footage, get beautiful views. Head back down here, drink some beer. Life is good. Tempura, tempura, tempura. I'm RTB, baby. I'm returning to base. I'm coming home, baby. Force G. Hey, Force G. Papa's on the way back, buddy. I love my son, folks. Love my daughter. Love my son in America. Love all my kids around the world. But you know, I'm fortunate that I spend every day with my son, Forrest G. And even though I haven't seen my daughter in a while, I will spend every day possible with her. That's the important thing in life. It's just spending time with your family and your kids. Everything else don't fucking matter. Everything else don't matter. Sometimes it takes a while to understand that. People chasing material things, and what they do, they trade all their time for material things, and then they wonder why the kids don't know them. I'm not casting stones, folks. I was in the same Western style mentality of trying to keep up with the Joneses, get a bigger fucking house, bigger car, join the fucking country club, whatever. You don't stop and think, wait a minute, I'm trading all this time so I can make money, but I'm basically robbing my kids of my time. Yeah, you got to take care of your kids. Yeah, I've talked about this before. If you have to go travel somewhere and be away from your family for the job to put fucking bacon on the table, then man up, that's what you got to do. If your chosen profession causes you to have to deploy for a year somewhere and you can't see your family, well, that's your chosen profession. Go to work, support your family. But somewhere lies a balance. Somewhere lies a balance. Everybody's balance is different. But I'm going to tell you this right now. You know, my balance has changed. Okay? The main important thing for me is to spend time with my kids. So, I'll do work. I'll do whatever I have to do. Make sure they were taken care of. They got food on the table. Always do that. But I'm not gonna work one extra fucking hour that I don't have to and rob my kids of my presence. And you know why? Because I'm a pirate looking at 50, and my little boy is 2, my daughter's 3, my kid's over here. And they got plenty of time. They're gonna live healthy lives. This dude right here, I plan to live to be 105, but you never know. I could kick out fucking at the end of this goddamn hike from a fucking lack of beer induced heat stroke with a fucking vine wrapped around my ankle. So how is it fair to them that all I do is fucking work? when I got, you know, maybe 20 good years left. I don't know. Oh, fuck that. I work just enough to take care of everybody, and I'm spending my time. I'm spending my time with my kids. That's my priority. That's just the way it's gonna be. How'd I get to talking about that? I don't know, folks. Just thought I'd share those thoughts with you. All right, I didn't come back down the rope. I came down this line right here, which was much easier. I think that's how they took the carabao up there. Either way, I made it back. I had a great time. I want to thank everybody for joining me on this video. You know, people in the States, they take offense to you walking through their yard, stuff like that. People over here don't give a damn. It's okay. How you doing? There, folks, sneaking up on Captain Fred and Ruben. Like a cat. They don't even know I'm here. Hey, Captain Fred and Ruben.
How's the mountain hiking?
Oh man, beautiful view up there, man. Beautiful view. I went all the way to Hanjin, to the gate.
Really?
Yeah, they got a fence over there. You can't go any far.
You can see anything animal?
Yes, no animals, no wildlife. Got some birds. Yeah, but it was beautiful. But man, I gotta get a beer. I gotta get a cold beer. Folks, I see my beautiful wife and my little Force G coming over here. Hey, Force G. Tempura, tempura, tempura. Hey, buddy. All right, folks, made it back in one piece. So thanks to Fatima for manning the radio for my safety, and Eric for standing by, launching the drone for me. I had Kuya Ruben and Fred standing by in case it started raining so they could put the rain fly on the tent. It's a team effort. Pop the top on that cold one. Oh shit, it's a little frosty. Baby, what happened to my beer? Folks, man, beer tastes the best if you've done a hard day's work. It really does. I just got beer in my chair, on my drawers, on my tripod. I don't care. I love the smell of beer. Back in the day, me and my dad and my Uncle Gary, shout out to your dad, and shout out to your uncle. We used to work construction. We'd ride home in a 1983 Ford F-150 with no air conditioning, and it had a problem. The heater was locked to the on position. We never got it fixed, so if you got in that sumbitch, it was blowing heat out of the bottom vents on your feet. You were sweating balls just riding in that truck. But we dropped the windows, had a cooler of beer. We drink cold beer all the way home. That was some of the best times of my life, was riding in that pickup truck with my uncle and my dad, sweating, tired, dirty from working manual labor all day, cracking open a cold ass beer, driving down the road listening to country music. Those were the good old days. Those were the good old days, all right? Oh my gosh, delicious. Legs are chopped up a little bit. They're itching as hell, like hell. I said, you know, just give me a bar of soap. I'm going to take a shower.